U.N.I.T.Y. Shout out to Real Reality Gossip. This is the Queen Latifah sad life story. Um she's definitely a legend in my eyes. You know, that's what all I've been doing for the last few days is reacting to a lot of people that played a major part in hip hop like Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, um, you know, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg, a lot of people like that, Tupac, let me know what's your opinion or what's your favorite song from Queen Latifah. Without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this video.
Dana Owens, better known as Queen Latifah, has enjoyed massive success as a rapper, singer, actress, producer, and songwriter. Well, it's the LA, the TI, the FAHOCY, the QUEE, and it's the reason I must be. She has received some of the top accolades in the game and has millions of adoring fans. Despite her accomplishments, the New Jersey native has experienced some major struggles. Here are some things you might not know about her life story. Latifah told Essence magazine that at the age of 5, a male teenage babysitter violated her. For years, she didn't tell anyone what happened, and it affected her relationships with other people. She said, "I kept people at an arm's distance. I never really let a person get too close to me." She explained that the situation also gave her commitment issues. She told Good Housekeeping it took her years to confront her past. After going to therapy, she was able to speak up, and she realized what happened wasn't her fault. She has since encouraged others to speak up if they faced a similar situation. Her parents, Lancelot and Rita Owens, separated when she was 8 and divorced soon thereafter. From there, she, her mom, and her brother Lance Jr. moved into a public housing project in Newark, New Jersey. She told the New York Times because the rent was so low and the utilities were included, her mom was able to save enough money from her 2 jobs to put Latifah and her brother through private Catholic school. But things were hard for Latifah and her brother, who were still dealing with the aftermath of their parents' divorce. She told Barbara Walters there were many days they would cry on each other's shoulder because they didn't understand why their parents were living apart. The Queen is known for her beautiful figure, but it was difficult when she was growing up because she began developing at the age of 11. She told Good Housekeeping kids would tease her about her chest, but after feeling awkward about her body for so long, she grew up and learned to accept her curves. In her memoir entitled Ladies First, Revelations of a Strong Woman, Latifah wrote about one of the most regrettable moments during her teen years. At the age of 16, she slept with a 40-year-old man for $50. She wrote that afterwards she felt really low and couldn't believe she had done something like that with a man she hardly knew and didn't even like. Looking back on the incident, she still has regrets and realizes it was a terrible mistake. In her memoir, Latifah wrote that she tried cocaine when she was in high school. But not only that, when she was 17, she started selling illegal substances as well. Her time as a small-time dealer only lasted 1 day. She called it one of the scariest and craziest things she had ever done. Crazy. The amount of shame she felt was enough for her to decide to give up dealing for good. Latifah and her brother Lance, who went by the nickname Winky, were very close. They were best friends and would spend a lot of time together. In 1992, Latifah decided to surprise her brother, who worked as a police officer, by buying him a motorcycle for his birthday. According to People magazine, just 2 months later, her brother took the motorcycle out for a ride. He collided with a car and lost his life.
I knew it.
According to Good Housekeeping, Latifah took her brother's motorcycle key, had it dipped in gold, and wore it on a chain around her neck for many years. The incident took a heavy toll on her, and she fell into a depression. In her memoir, she admitted she got into the routine of drinking excessively and smoking substances until she passed out. Eventually, she turned to music to help with her grief and dedicated a song to her brother called Winky's Theme. She also went to counseling and strengthened her relationship with God to help deal with his passing. In July 1995, her life took another unexpected turn. She, a friend named Lynn Mayo, and her bodyguard Sean Moon were inside Latifah's 1995 BMW in New York City, waiting for a group of friends who were following them in another car. According to the Baltimore Sun, while they were stopped, two teenage boys approached. One of them had a weapon and demanded Latifah and her crew to get out the car. They all complied, but for unknown reasons, one of the teenagers shot Latifah's bodyguard in the stomach.
Damn.
The teenage boys then jumped into Latifah's BMW and sped off. Latifah sprung into action and flagged down a cab, which took them to a nearby hospital. Because she acted so swiftly, her bodyguard survived his injuries. The suspects, Ricardo Rodriguez and Rasheen Fortune, were eventually apprehended. According to AP News, Ricardo was sentenced to 18 years in prison and was eligible for parole after 9 years. Rasheen, who was the teenager who pulled the trigger, took a plea deal and was sentenced to 21 years. He was eligible for parole after serving 7 years. The Queen told Good Housekeeping that she turned to self-medication after the incident. She said, "Drinking a bunch of alcohol, numbing myself. Every day I would be faded. I wasn't living my full life." In February 1996, Latifah was pulled over for speeding in LA. According to the LA Times, the officer discovered a loaded weapon in the car. He also noticed an odor and asked Latifah if she had been smoking. Latifah admitted she had been and was arrested on the scene. MTV reported she escaped jail time and paid a fine for speeding and possession. There was more trouble for the entertainer in November 2002 when she was pulled over for making an unsafe lane change. According to CBS News, the officer suspected Latifah was under the influence. After failing a sobriety test, she was taken into custody on a DUI charge. 2 months later, she pleaded no contest to misdemeanor reckless driving. MTV reported she received 3 years probation, was ordered to attend an alcohol education program, and paid $300 in fines. The National Enquirer published a story in October 2013 that her mom was in poor health, but Latifah insisted she was fine and said the story was incorrect, although she did admit her mom was experiencing some health challenges. 2 years later, her mom revealed she had been diagnosed with heart failure about 11 years prior. According to People magazine, her mom had a defibrillator implanted in her chest and required oxygen 24/7 to help manage the disease. Latifah explained that she and her mom got much closer after her diagnosis, which included Latifah sharing in the care of her mother. Unfortunately, her mom lost her battle to heart disease in March 2018. Latifah released a statement to Essence. Part of the statement read, "I am heartbroken, but I know she is at peace." She also called her mother the love of her life. Throughout her career, the Queen has dealt with questions, rumors, and innuendos about her private life. In 2012, the world thought she had officially come out after she performed at Long Beach's lesbian and gay pride event. Latifah shot that rumor down by telling Entertainment Weekly that she wouldn't be discussing her personal life in public. In 2014, Latifah and her supposed partner, choreographer Ebony Nichols, were photographed kissing on an island in the Mediterranean Sea. Neither publicly acknowledged they were in a relationship, despite constant hounding by the media and the public. In 2015, they were spotted again when the Daily Mail ran pictures of Latifah and Ebony walking arm in arm in New York City. And in 2019, rumors swirled that she and Ebony had a baby together. Blogger Love B. Scott confirmed in January 2020 that Ebony had given birth to a baby boy named Rebel. However, Latifah and Ebony have never addressed the rumor. While there's always speculation about Latifah and when she'll come out, is it really anybody's concern? In her memoir, Latifah pointed out it's insulting for people to ask about her preference. And in a 2007 interview with People magazine, she simply stated, "My private life is my private life. Whomever I might be with, I don't feel the need to share it. I don't think I ever will." Her days of growing up
Keep
in the projects are
business.
long gone. She has racked up numerous accomplishments, from being one of the first female rappers to win a Grammy, leading the cast of the hit show Living Single, being nominated for an Oscar and an Emmy, to releasing numerous albums. The author, entrepreneur, and CoverGirl spokeswoman continues to take the world by storm, all while giving back to her community through a $14 million development deal to build affordable housing in Newark, New Jersey. Despite all the ups and downs of her life, this queen deserves to be celebrated and honored
That's
for all of her contributions to the music industry, the entertainment world,
She was in Juice too.
and beyond. Let us know your thoughts on Queen Latifah's life story. And thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.
Man, shout out to you. She's definitely she's definitely a legend in my eyes. Definitely played in a lot of good shows and movies. Definitely did her thing with music. I didn't even know all that happened as far as like her earlier years, coming up. But with that being said, let me know what's your favorite Queen Latifah song. What's your favorite movie or show she acted in, or what's your opinion on her with that. And you know what I'm saying? Love is love. I'm gonna catch you on the next video.